Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Grab yourself a cup of tea. I painted this mug myself, by the way. Or a sippy cup. Either or. I'm going to put my tea on pause so I can drink some water. Today's episode is going to be about if you care about what people think, you will be forever trapped their prisoner. Blankie, my blankie. Let's get cozy. So if you care about what people think, you'll be forever trapped their prisoner. I see a lot of people commenting on my TikTok saying stuff like, oh, you inspire me to post, I want to post, but I'm scared. And then also some people say, how are you so confident? Mentor me in confidence. Let me show you something before we start.
Everyone is so scared to start posting on social media because they think they're going to get made fun of. So I'm just going to show you exactly how that conversation goes down when someone tries to make fun of you for posting on social media so that you realize it doesn't matter. Oh my God, did you see that Stacy posted on TikTok? Oh no, I didn't. What did she post? She literally posted a video of what she did that day. Oh, you're cringing. Like, did she do something weird? Was she being rude or offensive? No, it was just like her going to work and like showing her outfit. Like, why would she think people care? Well, it seems like you care. No, I don't care. I just thought it was like fucking weird. Weird to post videos on the app that millions of people post videos on every day. I'm confused. No, it's just like she's self-centered. Like, she's self-absorbed. Right? Like, she's trying to be an influencer. Like, that's embarrassing. Embarrassing. Honestly, forget it. I followed her anyway. Okay.
Actually, that's what they sound like. They sound like a weirdo. Don't you feel like a weirdo? Listen, Ehis did a good video on this actually. He said, like, stop caring about what people... The gist of what he said was, do you think he'd be where he was today if he wasn't doing all of this, you know? He does his exaggerated facial movements and his eyes, you know? Who cares? They're going to talk about you regardless. People are going to talk regardless whether you post or don't post. I don't know if it comes with age or to a point in life where you realise these people ain't paying my mortgage. 3 things you should ask yourself before you give a ras. 1, are they paying my mortgage? Yes or no? 2, are they putting food in my children's mouths? Yes or no? 3, are they going to be there for you on the day of judgment? Let me tell you something, guys. You entered this world alone with the help of your mother. You're also going to leave this world alone. And your mother's not going to be there when you leave this world. I'm sorry to say this. Your mother's actually not going to be there to hold your hand when you leave this world. Maybe, hopefully she is, but we don't know, yeah? We don't know what's written. What's written is written. Post. Don't care what people think. Even me, guys, it took me 2.5 decades to get to this point where I am now, where I'm confident. I don't care what anyone thinks, because why would I? You know what I've realised is my parents was right all along. I remember my parents always used to tell me when I was younger, oh, they're jealous, that's why they're doing this to you, that's why they're saying this to you. And now when I look back, oh my God, it's actually so true, because I see now, yeah, because I studied psychology in 6th form and I still didn't see it. I still used to think, oh, why is everyone looking at... When I was in university, I used to be quite like paranoid. Even if people are looking at you, it's not necessarily, oh, they're looking at me because I've got a great big green spot on my face, you know, baby reindeer. You might not necessarily have spinach in your teeth. They're probably looking at you because they find you attractive. One guy said this to me before. I was like, I've said something along the lines of like, oh, why does he keep looking at me? And he was like, because you're attractive. Like, oh, sorry, you're so attractive. Like, it's because you're attractive. And it's true, people will look at you because you're attractive. Yeah? I remember when I used to have bright blonde hair, guys. I had bleached, not even blonde, I had white hair. My goodness gracious me. I remember when I had hair like that and I lived in London. Boy, was I getting attention. Was I getting attention? Oh my goodness, everyone would stare at me. One of my uni friends, she'd be like, everyone's just looking at you. And one of my guy friends said it to me as well. Before I had even moved to London, we went to Nando's or something and he was like, everyone's looking at you. Like, it's because you've got this big blonde hair. I stuck out like a sore thumb, especially back then. I was very tanned, like I cared about being tanned. Now I don't care. It's 50 degrees in Dubai, you're not going to see me swimming unless it's like the sun's down, sorry. I used to love sunbathing. Now I cannot be bothered. When it's summertime in Dubai, you're not going to see me tanned. I'm sorry, you're going to see me whatever I am, yeah. Beautiful, of course people are going to look at you. If you've got long hair, of course people are going to look. If you've got curly hair, of course people are going to look. And if you're watching this and you're the kind of person to touch someone's hair or to ask a woman, can I touch your hair? We need to stop this. We need to stop this ridiculous hooligan behaviour, because it's actually really disrespectful. This is one thing that's very annoying. And I thought everyone got the gist and the concept of never touch a black woman's hair, but apparently not. Apparently not, because do you really think it's normal and acceptable to approach someone and say, can I touch your hair, and just touch them? Are you okay? Because I would never go up to anyone and be like, can I touch you, or can I touch your hair? Like my friends and my family, yeah, they can touch my hair and they can stroke me for like a dog for all I care, or like a cat. But a stranger, I'm sorry, do you really think as a stranger it's acceptable to go up to someone with curly hair or an afro and be like, can I touch your hair? Very weird. It's not demure, not very demure, and it's not very mindful. Halas. No, we're not doing that. We're leaving that in the bin. Thank you very much. I just had to get that out of the way. Find it very cheeky. Very, very cheeky. Can I touch your hair? No, you cannot. I have OCD and I hate germs. I hate germs, and your hands are dirty. Don't touch me or my hair. Anyways, rant over. Come on, if you're a parent, even if you're not a parent, think of your future kids. If you don't want kids, think of your dog, your cat, your nits. I don't know. Joking, you don't have nits, but anything, your fish, your pet monkey. Are these naysayers putting food in your kid's mouth? No. Only you're putting food in your kid's mouth or your own mouth, yeah? So, khalas, like, stop caring what people think, because people are going to talk about you. And then when you're cool and when you pop in and you've gone clear, people are going to be like, oh, how did you get that job? Oh, I want to apply. Oh, what did you do in uni? Guys, like, they all come running when they see you pop in, and when they want to lend money from you, and when they want to come and stay in your spare room in Dubai, or when they want you to give them a lift from the airport. Like, honestly, these naysayers, they're naysayers for a reason. One thing, I was having this conversation with Danny actually. He said to me, he calls them NPCs. He calls them NPCs. And I said, what's that? And he said, non-playable characters. These naysayers, these dusties, these backbiters, whatever you want to call them, they are non-playable characters. They are not a character in your Netflix series. This is your life, this is your movie, this is your Netflix series. They are non-playable characters. They did not even get cast. They did not even get invited to the casting of your series, yeah? So who cares? And I know it's hard when you're in school. I know it's difficult. Guys, boy, do I know anything about that. My goodness gracious me. And I've been trying to give this speech to my youngest sister. She's about to go to university. And she doesn't want to post because she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I get it, because when you're in a small town or village, it's hard because people are going to be talking nonsense and ratata, ratata. You want to be an influencer, you think you're cool, hee hee ha ha, shut up. Guys, when I was in school, I remember I got into a fight. And because these stupid boys accused me of stealing this flipping girl's iPhone charger. Like, why would I steal your iPhone charger? Weird. It's not very genuine, it's not very mindful, and it's giving weird. But anyways, these two boys, they came into my form room, was throwing my bag around over my head, and I was short, so they was throwing my bag about and I couldn't reach, obviously. And they was calling me a gypsy, pikey, oh, you stole her phone charger. And it's like, so I told one of them, I said, F off you. I don't want to repeat what I said because it's very naughty. I said, F off you something runt. I didn't say runt. I said something that rhymed with runt. I don't want to swear. I actually don't want to swear, but I said very naughty things. When I was younger, I was very unhinged and I was very crazy. And I was like very naughty, very, very naughty, yeah. I had to write a statement, and when you had to write a statement, it was this yellow piece of paper, and you had, if there was a fight or something, you'd have to say what you witnessed and what you did. And I wrote word for word what I said. They called me a pikey, they was throwing my bag, antagonising me, you know, etc, etc. So I called him a so-and-so runt. I called him, quotation marks, up, you so-and-so runt. And then my form tutor was like, oh, Maya, why did you say that? And he was laughing, because I wrote exactly what happened. You're asking me to write what happened, I'm writing what happened, swear words and all. Swear words and all. And I would say, okay, do you want me to write the swear words? Okay, yeah. Well, I write the swear words. I wrote it. You asked me to write, so I'm writing, am I not? Like, what, Maya, why did you say that? It's like, what do you mean, Maya, why did you say that? Why are they coming into my form room, throwing my bag over my head? Weirdos, dusties, dusty bums. And one of my sister was kikiing with him the other day, and I was like, why are you kikiing with him? Yeah, one thing about me, I don't hold grudges, but I never forget. I actually never forget. I remember one time, another NPC, non-playable character, he wrote a tweet about me, because because there was some controversy about someone and I know them and this person is quite well known. So I quote tweeted the tweet saying, this is another thing, Twitter is actually quite toxic. People are very like opinionated on Twitter, so I choose to stay off Twitter. I'm not active on Twitter at all. I just like to repost and just go in there from time to time. Yeah, I quote tweeted saying, no, this person is actually a very nice person, like they're actually a good person, like very down to earth, humble, whatever. And then this guy thought it would be funny to quote my tweet saying something like, he won't shag you, mate. And guys, some of my friends liked that tweet. Friends. So guess what? I went through everyone who liked, commented, retweeted, and I unfollowed every single one of them. I unfollowed every single one of them. And listen, people say I'm dramatic and I'm miles off it. I don't care. You want to be cheeky and you think it's funny hee hee ha when people are trying to mug me off? Find that funny? Okay, cool. You unfollowed. You blocked. Bye. Block on Facebook, block on WhatsApp, block, Apple block. Bye, darling. One thing I don't have time for is weirdos and two-faced people. If you don't like me, just come to my face and say. And I know it's a joke. I don't care if it's a joke. I saw another guy on TikTok say this. He said he used to know someone who, like, she wouldn't let people joke about her and say negative things or connotations about her in a negative light, even if it was a joke. Because this is the thing. People will joke, hee hee ha ha, and they'll say, that's not racist, I'm joking. That's not horrible, I'm joking. That's not Islamophobic, I'm joking. This is not anti-Semitic, I'm joking. This is not racist, this is not bullying, I'm joking. I don't care if you're joking, you're getting blocked. If I find you a weirdo, you're getting blocked, you're going in the gulag. Not many people knew I'd moved to Dubai until like a year or two later. Still to this day, there's people who don't have TikTok that don't know I live in Dubai. And they're like, oh, you're staying there full time now? And it's like, I've been staying here full time, like this is my 3rd year, darling. Like, people genuinely don't know your life and they don't care and they're not as invested as much as you think they are. And this is another thing, I can't remember the name of the theory, but you know when you don't get many likes on Instagram, like if you're an influencer or model watching this, whatever, you think, oh, the engagement's really bad, the algorithm is really bad. Guys, in reality, if 300 people, forget 300, in reality, if 50 people approached you and said, you're pretty, gorge, you're pretty, you're fit, beautiful, wow, sexy, stunning, mwah, 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 cutie patootie, la la la, bra bra bra, you would be so overwhelmed and you'd be like, khalas, stop, it's too much, and it's very overwhelming. But for some reason, when you go to social media, you think, oh, 50 likes is nothing. Yeah, it is nothing for Instagram. If we're talking engagement, technically your engagement should be like 20% of your following. I think it's 20% anyway, or 10, I can't remember. But who cares? If you like the photo, post it. Always used to be videoing, guys. Guys, if you had my Snapchat when I was in school, oh my goodness, or in uni, oh my god, I would put things on my story. Not private story. When I was younger, there was no such thing as a private story. Everything went on my story, guys. And this is what people used to always make fun of. They'd be like, Maya, if you go on her Snapchat story. I said this. One guy said to me, he said, your Snapchat story, like there'll be people having a conversation in the background. You click on the next story and the conversation is continued. And people used to always say this to me. They'd be like, oh, her stories are so long, her stories are so annoying. Now guess what, I'm about to get 200k on TikTok. I've got the whole Rothwell clans. Let people say what they want to say. One guy called me Maya Rottweiler once. I thought it would be funny, he's on the phone to his friend and we was at like some after party whatever, and his friend's like, oh, who's there? And he's like, my name wrong on purpose to trigger me. He's like, Mia Rottweiler, Mia Rottweiler. And it's like, oh wow, so offended. Guess what, I am a Rottweiler. I'm a Rottweiler and I do bite back. These naysayers, these NPCs, they're all bark no bite. They will never come up to you and be like, oh, you're posting video, blah, blah. I remember one time this guy, I got in a fight actually. I don't want to say these ghetto stories, guys, because I'm not ghetto anymore. I used to be very ghetto, but I'm actually not ghetto anymore. One time when I was ghetto, yeah. I went out and this boy, I approached this boy because this boy accidentally sent my story to me and he was slagging me off. And he was gossiping like a buddy, like the backup dancer he is. He was supposed to send it to his friend, it was a group chat, and was like, oh, she's so stiff. And I went up to him and I was like, who's stiff? say it to my face, and he was like, you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, your mum's stiff. And guys, I know this is very immature, and obviously I would not say this now in public. I would say it behind closed doors, I'm not gonna lie. My friends, when they have a situation with guys, I say, ask his mum, tell his mum, give me his mum's number, tell her what her son's doing. Yeah, I'm not going to lie behind closed doors, but behind closed doors, it's okay. But in public, you cannot be saying your mum to people. It's very cheeky. Demure, it's not mindful. But sorry, if you're going to come for me, I'm going to come for you and your dog, and I'll throw your dog over the fence. Okay, now I'm being ghetto again. Now I'm being back to my old ways. So we got in a fight because he actually did say it to my face. At least he did say it to my face. But if I didn't approach him, he wouldn't have said that to my face. It was only because I approached him on being aggressive. Only because I approached him being aggressive, rah, 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 and Larry, that he got Larry back. If I didn't, he wouldn't have said anything to me. He probably would have been like, hi Maya, how are you, blah, blah. I opened my beak, of course he opened his beak back. I pushed him, which I shouldn't have pushed him, but at that moment in time, I was defensive, so I call it, so, you know, self-defense, whatever. And then everyone got involved, rah, 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 blah, 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 screaming and shouting. Then I was dragged away, and I drove home, jumped in my car, drove home, bye. I got barred and kicked out of that place as well, another time, but I cannot say why I got kicked out of that place, because I denied something, but it only could have been me. It wasn't anything naughty or wicked before anyone comes to thinking naughty things, yeah. It was just me being a ghetto and crazy, and I got barred. But I don't care, I don't go there anyway. Dead place anyway. When I was younger, I even got banned from a gym. Like, how do you even get banned from a gym? But it's jealousy, because I was wearing a crop top. Apparently it's because I was wearing crop tops. How can you ban me from going to the gym in crop tops? I live in Dubai and I go to Pilates in a bra, sports bra. Obviously I go in a jacket, and then inside, because it's women's only. So of course all the ladies are in bras, we're all women. Because I'm not there anymore. Anyways, what to do? That was when I was younger. I don't get barred from places now because I'm well behaved, I'm an adult now. However, when I was younger, I was miles off it. I was a dusty. I'll hold my hands up because I'm an accountable queen. I was a dusty once upon a time. I was swinging from the chandeliers once upon a time, but now I don't do that because, and this is the thing, you can change. You actually can change and reinvent yourself. You're allowed to be foolish and immature when you're 14, 15, 16, 17. Even in your 20s, you're still a baby. Don't let people say, oh, blah, blah, and talk nonsense about you. Yeah, they're allowed to be mature because he's an uncle, she's an auntie, he's a grandma, he's a granddad, yeah? You're young. Live your life. I don't care if you're 30 watching this. You're young, live your life. Don't care if you're 40, you're young, live your life. Don't care if you're 56, live your life. You're just a baby. You only live life once. This is your first time living life. Same as your parents. Don't be so harsh on your parents. It's also their first time living life and their first time being a parent for most of them as well. Your words are very powerful. Confidence comes from within. It took me just under 2.5 decades to become confident, to love myself. And it's a journey. I'm still learning to love myself more. Do I love myself? Yes. But it comes with a lot of self-care, a lot of being alone. You know, you have to be alone within your thoughts and accept them and process them and learn how to deal with them. You know, process your emotions. It's okay not to be okay. And, you know, I saw this on TikTok. I can't remember who said this professor. Can't remember if she's a professor or a psychologist. I can't remember if it was on Stephen Bartlett's podcast or she was on someone's podcast explaining why women, I don't know about teenage boys, but as a woman, as a girl, it's normal and it's completely natural. It's actually in our nature to be like overly anxious and to be very hyper vigilant and very hyper aware. You know, you notice every little thing and every little funny look, and it's actually normal because it's a survival mechanism, it's a coping mechanism. But it doesn't mean you have to be like that forever. You should grow out of it, and if not, you can train yourself. Tell yourself, oh, he's looking at me because I'm ugly and fat. No, maybe he's looking at you because you're fit. Because you're fit and your body's set good like the ice in the freezer. Your body's set good like the ice in the freezer, maybe. I remember in university, I'd get a bit anxious, like, because I'd always be late to my lectures. And I'd be a bit anxious walking in and everyone's looking. But it's like, of course everyone's looking because everyone is sat down and you're walking in. They're not going to just look at the whiteboard. Probably it's boring, the lecture. Of course they're going to look at you. And I used to wear like big fur coats to uni. And like I used to wear like velvet tracksuits and stuff. Of course they're going to look. I would look too. I would look too. How about that? And if you're watching this and you're fit, I will look at you too. Sorry. God forgive me. Sorry. Yeah? Stop thinking people are looking at you because you're fat and ugly. You're not. You're beautiful. And everyone's definition of beautiful is different. Some people think I'm horrendous and horrible and disgusting. Some people think I'm gorgeous and amazing and wifey and queen. Yeah? That's just the ebb and flows of life. Yeah? That drug dealer who tried to kidnap me in Tottenham, he was fuming because I didn't want him. He was fuming because I didn't want him, so he thought he could text me abuse. And before anyone says, why didn't you block him? I did block him. He would get new numbers to message me. He would get new numbers to flip and message me. I did a story time about that on my TikTok. I love Dubai. People say, Maya, you should move back to England. Move back to England for what? So I can get kidnapped again? So my car can get ransacked again? So my number plates can get stolen so someone can try to do an armed robbery again? So people can break into my car to steal the Katy Perry perfume and my oud perfume and the coins in my car? Absolutely not. You keep your crime and I'll stay in my safe Dubai because I love it here. I love it here. We don't lock our cars, we don't lock our houses, we don't lock nothing. I can leave my balcony open, I can leave my door open and lay here like this, nothing will happen. I can leave the key cards in my car, nothing will happen. Dubai, I've just casually walked around with thousands of pounds in my pocket. And before anyone says, oh, why do you have thousands of pounds? I'm not a gangbanger, but when you join, you get like they give you this chunk of money. The company give you a chunk of money and you don't have a bank account yet, so you keep it until your bank account is sorted, whatever, because you're in a new country, you need to set up your bank account and you need to give your documents, etc, your visa, blah blah blah. So yeah, you do have a couple of grand just chilling, just on your arsenal. Or sometimes I've had to pay for things in cash, like sometimes, like there's some stables where you go horse riding, they don't accept cards, so I'll have to take cash before anyone judges. People are too quick to judge. Let them judge. Let them think what they want to think. And this is what I don't understand. People are so... If people want to be uneducated and bimbo and bombastic, let them. I will never understand why everyone comes to conclusions when it comes to people with money. Because no one comes to conclusions when a man has money. But when a woman has money, everyone wants to say, oh, she's this, she's a Jezebel, she's a brass, ratstyle. It's like, have you never heard of someone having rich parents? Because where I'm from, I know people who've inherited the whole estate just because their parent died. One of my guy friends, he bought his girlfriend a car, sold the house his mum left him, and they now live in an apartment together. Like, you know, these things happen. You know, inheritance is real. You know, prenups and divorce is real. Like, before you jump the gun and call someone a Jezebel or every name under the sun, before you think of judging a chaste woman, yeah? And even then, even if she's a bit naughty, and even if she was a Jezebel or he's a Jezebel, even if he is Mr. Worldwide or she's Miss Universe, so what? What's it got to do with you? Block them then. Unfriend them. Don't chill with them then. I'll never understand people talking bad about people. Remove them from your life then. Guys, when people move dusty in my life, I just get rid. And because if they don't know how to act accordingly, bye. No dusties hanging around me. And listen, there's stories in the religious books, yeah? I don't want to talk too much about religion because I just blocked one dusty who thought they could leave a silly comment under one of my TikToks. So I don't want to talk too much about religion, yeah, because people just get ridiculous. Actually, a story where a prostitute fed a cat or dog. I can't remember if it was a cat or dog, let me search. And she went to heaven. So you're telling me a prostitute feeding a cat and going to heaven, you're judging someone? You're judging someone because her ex-husband was rich? You're judging someone and you're being jealous because their dad died, left them inheritance? Before you judge people, before you assume and judge people, yeah, think before you open your beak, yeah? Before you want to judge anyone, first of all, you're not God. Only God can judge. Don't you judge people's sins, because guess what, it will happen to you. I've noticed this. I've always seen people judge others like, oh, look at him, he's gay, he's this, and guess what, they've ended up Turns out they're in the closet. That's one thing I've noticed about a lot of people who judge, who are homophobic, is because there's something within them. There's something within them, and they wish they could be open about their sexuality and they cannot. She had once been forgiven. She passed a dog panting. Wait, I'm not quoting anything. I'm not doing that before anyone comes for me. Panting near a well. Thirst had nearly killed him, so she took off her sock, tied it to her veil and drew up some water. This is another thing. Don't go around telling your sins. Even if you are a naughty person and you gamble, you sniff crack, whatever, you don't need to go telling the world that. You don't need to tell everyone, oh, I sniff crack, I sniff crack. Unless it's your therapist or your rehab doctor, whatever, or AA meeting. You actually don't need to be going telling people that, because guess what? People are going to judge you and they're going to go behind your back and say, oh, well, he does charity work and he feeds the orphans in Africa, but he sniffs crack on the weekend. One of my friends was also a gambler, and I tried to sit him down and I tried to say, like, my dad went through this, you need to stop now before it gets too much and before it ends up being a house you've gambled or a car you've gambled or blah, blah, blah. Like, now you've only gambled money, don't gamble your whole livelihood, whatever. But listen, it's very hard with addicts, very hard. Like, I'm not a professional. I might have got my qualification in psychology. Doesn't mean I'm qualified. Doesn't mean I'm qualified. That's another video for another day. My goodness gracious me, that's actually another video for another day. Please don't get addicted to things, whether it's substances or like gambling. Please be addicted to healthy things, horse riding. If you need adrenaline, be addicted to like going to the gym, Pilates, high adrenaline sports, you know, I don't know, trampolining, I don't know, something like that, because addiction, boy oh boy, please stay away, guys. But influencers make money, you know. Before you want to judge an influencer and say, oh, she's getting flown out, she's a baddie, she's a bad bee. Yeah, even if she is, and what, you wish you could be like these man dem flying her out. You wish, these dusties, yeah, they're jealous because they wish they had the money to just be able to fly a girl out. They wish they could charter their own jet and fly a girl out, because they could never fly a girl to even Benidorm, never even put them on a Ryanair flight. They couldn't even drive them to Cornwall, never mind. So that's why they talk. Let the dogs bark. People are talking about you is because you've got something going on. You've got something going on. If people are making rumours about you, trying to claim you, trying to ride your wave, yeah, there's a reason, because people don't name drop and claim the dusties. You're not going to see me say, oh yeah, I used to talk to him, he's useless, he made me pay 50-50. The guys I'm going to be singing like a canary about are the ones that are like, oh my gosh, he's amazing, he's a king, and I'm going to marry him. You're not going to see me talking about these dusty hooligans. For what? For what, please? Oh, he sits and plays FIFA all day and smells of BO. Like, no, I'm not going to sit and brag about weirdos. Sorry. Second of all, I'm not going to be around people who sit and play FIFA all day and stink of BO. Hate FIFA. That's another thing. Be strong with your boundaries. I've said this before. Be strong with your boundaries. Don't allow people to come into your life to even make you insecure. Your friends should be uplifting you and elevating you, not bringing you down and blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up. Anyways, I forgot to say that drug dealer who tried to kidnap me, he was like, oh, you ain't all that anyway. You look like a toothpick. I look like a toothpick. You still tried to kidnap me, though. You still tried to kidnap me, though, looking like a toothpick. Yeah, there might be more meat on a bicycle than me. You still tried to kidnap me, though. Dust. Dusty. I'm actually allergic to dust. You know the saying when, if a man keeps talking about a woman and saying how much he hates her, it's because he loves her. If you're obsessed with something, you're so passionate about something, hate and love are not that much different when it comes to obsessing over people. If you really hate someone and you cannot stand them, would you not just block them? Would you not just remove them, extract them from your life? If it's bothering you that much, why would you keep obsessing? Why would you keep going on their page and harming yourself? This is another thing, guys. I need to do another video on how to get over a breakup. In summary, you just need to pour into yourself, love yourself again, go back to doing what you loved. If you don't know what you love, what did you like doing when you was a child? Did you like drawing? Did you like the animals? Did you like painting? Did you like running? This, like, go back to your roots. What did you enjoy? What did you love? And do it. Whatever makes you happy, do it. Have hobbies. People talk about like how crap their life is and they don't do anything on their days off. It's like, of course your life is boring. You don't do anything on your days off. Even me, guys, I'm happy to sit and do nothing on my days off. You know, my recovery days, I take them very seriously. You're not going to see me leave the house. If I'm tired and jet lagged, I'm sat on this sofa watching YouTube. I'm eating. You know, maybe I'll go for a swim. That's the most I'll do. If I'm tired, I'm tired. It's okay. Not every single day off. You will see me at the Pilates studio. You will see me horse riding. You will see me painting ceramics, tennis. Even I want to try paddle, shopping. One thing I love to do is shopping. Like, whatever you love that brings you joy, do it.
Thing that I've noticed since I've been doing like the self-work, and it's funny to me, is that I had way more options when I was unhealed and toxic than I am right now, and I'm healthy, growing, and developing self. And in those moments when you're developing self and you're growing, you're loving yourself more, and like the options have went down tremendously, not because women aren't still attracted and women still aren't trying to talk to me, but because like when you work so hard on yourself, the options are only things that you're willing to entertain. Like when I was toxic and I was unhealed, like I was willing to entertain almost anything because like I wasn't like looking for anything long term. You know what I'm saying? So like I had a whole bunch of options because I was open to almost anything. But now that I've like gotten myself to a point where like I'm being intentional and like my time, my energy, and all of those things matter, just because people want me does not make them an option. An option is something that you're willing to entertain. And that's what I think people like struggle with when they think that they have all these options, but you really don't, because like, is it really something that you want for yourself? And that's just something I was just paying attention to.
It's true. When I was toxic, or when I was unhinged, like crazy girl, when I was a crazy girl, I was getting the mandem. I was getting the mandem. The DMs was full. The DMs was overflowing. I was beating them off with a broomstick. Now that I'm healed and that I'm mature and that I'm actually a woman and that I'm actually sensible and, you know, communicate and not toxic, DMs are dry. DMs are dry. Zero ting, zero options. But I did this intentionally, and it's actually a good thing. Don't think, oh, why are my DMs dry? It's a good thing. Yeah, you don't want the drama. It's like when I was toxic and when I was crazy, when I would do these unhinged things, they loved me even more and they wanted more. It was like an addictive feeling. Like I would literally, you know what I would do? I'd pretend to book an Uber. I'm in public and I'm in a group setting, and then someone would do something to upset me. I'd pretend to book an Uber home, or I'd pretend to be on the phone to my friend like, yeah, come and get me now. I'm not going anywhere. I just wanted people to beg. I just wanted to hear them begging. That's what I wanted, because I was an attention seeker. I wanted to be the main character. I was an attention seeker. I would also like grab people, like I'd pull them by the shirt. One time I was dragging someone by the shirt and I was like, well, I wanted to go back to the table and you didn't want to. And they was like, I was talking to the security and you was dragging me. Like I would also go on people's phones. I'd go on people's phones. Guys, I would go on people's phones and we was nothing. One time, this person looked at their phone. This was the second time we'd ever had an interaction with each other. And they looked on their phone, password locked for 5 minutes, iPhone locked for 5 minutes, however long it is. 12 minutes it was locked for, something crazy like that. So confused, they was thinking like this. And I didn't say anything, I was just like, people was obsessed with me when I used to do that stuff, but it's not healthy and it's absolutely ridiculous and it's unhinged. Now I would not even bother. I used to be a nosy parker, I'd be like this looking at the phone. There's a video on my Snapchat memories one time where someone stood next to me and I'm looking like this on their phone. And my friends was laughing, they were replying to it like, Maya, not you looking at the phone. We was videoing like this, hee hee ha ha. And then I pause and I'm like this looking at the phone. Because they went on their phone. Crazy. Unhinged. It's too much. Now, if that was me now, if I was to go back on the dating scene now, which I stopped for a long time dating, just wanted to focus on myself. Now I want to date properly. Now I want to date with a chaperone and be married within 1 week, like my mum. My mum dated with a chaperone and my father acted accordingly, yeah? I actually want a chaperone now. And I feel like with a chaperone, they'll respect you. Bye. If you are toxic, heal. You need to heal. I've seen this on TikTok, guys, from Tonya, the Mystical Muse. 6 best mental health advice I was ever given. If it still bothers you after 24 hours, speak up within 48 hours. I always say this to people. Don't be scared to open your beak and speak. If you know within your heart it's not right, speak. You don't have to scream and shout. You can say it in a mature, responsible, adult way. Sometimes we act. I know I definitely have said things in anger. My goodness me, some of the things I've said in anger, guys, if I play some of the voice notes, you'd say, Maya, you'd look at me sideways. Some of the voice notes I've sent to people, it's horrid. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Horrible, horrible, naughty, naughty, naughty. Horrible. If someone is naughty, you don't have to give them naughty back. If someone's a horrid boy, then you shouldn't be with them anyway. If time and time again they're horrid, forget about them. Let them find a horrid girl, because you're not a horrid girl, you're a queen. Same for this, if you're watching and you're a boy. I know most of the people that watch me will be women, but if you're a boy watching this, don't entertain the horrid girls. If she's been horrid to you, khalas, bye. There's so many cutie girls out there. You don't need to be spending your life with a horrid one. A lot of us, we're attracted to the toxic cycle because of our childhood and our childhood trauma. But this is why you need to heal. You need to get over that. You need to overcome that. You need to start loving the kings and the queens. Because listen, let me tell you something for free. The people who are winning in life now, like out of my age mates, the ones that had normal jobs, the ones that did well in school, even not did well in school. You don't have to do well in school to do well in life. The ones that were grafters, the ones that was grafting, that had a good head on their shoulders, you know. Not these ones who are cool, think they're cool, gang banging, selling crack, and the 14, 15, yeah, the naughty boys selling sweets or other kinds of sweets, whatever. Yeah, you might think that's cool. The skater boys, the emo boys, whatever you're into. As you get older, it's not cool anymore. It's not cool to sell crack anymore. It's not cool to be banging fraud. By the way, banging fraud is only a London thing in other countries, because where I'm from, there was no such thing as an occupation of banging fraud. But in London, there are people whose occupation is being a full-time fraudster. No offense to full-time fraudsters, but it's not a stable life, you know. Try to ease your way out of it. Do something part-time. Listen, there's no shame in having a normal job, guys. Don't listen to social media. Don't let social media make you think everyone is an influencer and it's not cool to have a 9 to 5. Listen, a lot of my friends who've got mortgages and who've got multiple properties, they've got normal jobs. They've got boring, normal jobs with good salaries. And they're saving the money and they're going to retire early and they're investing and they're grafting. Yeah? Social media, one thing about social media is it's making these 14-year-olds feeling bad about themselves because they don't have a Range Rover yet. You're 14, 15. Hey, but that's not everyone's path. If it's not written for you to be a 14-year-old driving a Range Rover, you ain't. I remember in school, a lot of poshies. There was a lot of posh people, and they was like surprised that I paid my own petrol and that I bought my own car, and that I bought things for myself. Because in my sixth form, there's literally people who had a brand new Audi bought for them, petrol paid for them, the car insurance paid for them, and it was like people was looking at me like, oh, you pay your own car insurance? And it's like, yeah, I do pay my own car insurance. I've got a job. Like, anyone make you think it's not cool to have a job? There's nothing better than having your own, having your ducks in a row. I don't care if you work at McDonald's, don't care if you work at Tesla. Having your own is good, yeah? Earn money the good way, yeah? Not the naughty way. I'm telling you for free, people will respect it more when you're older. Only like, I'm sorry, but only toxic people are like, wow, gangbanger, wow, you've been to prison, wow, bad boy. Listen, boys, don't think girls only like the bad guys. They don't. When they're healed, now that I'm like healed and that I'm very much over the crazy stage in my life, I don't want no gangbanger. I don't want no fraudster. I want me an Elon Musk. I want me a Jeff Bezos. I want me a Mr. Beast. I want a philanthropist. I want someone who's going to be a good father to my... Listen, I can tell you for free, Mr. Beast's girlfriend, she's probably living her best life. Because he is so cute. I don't know him in person. But oh my God, I remember hearing about Mr. Beast, and I was like, why do all the kids love Mr. Beast? What's the thing with him? And then I remember watching a couple of his videos. Oh my God, I get it. He's a flipping king. Give me Mr. Beast any day over these naughty boys, over these bad boys. Because when you are healed and when you actually grow up, you realise that the naughty boys ain't gonna do nothing for you in life. The bad boys ain't gonna do nothing for you in life. I'm going to tell you what the bad boys are going to be doing. They're going to be leaving you alone whilst you're pregnant, whilst they're going to the gym in prison, and they're going to be calling you from prison. Can you send me money for food? Can you send me money for Nike trainers? Can you blah blah blah? And you're going to be the breadwinner, basically. You're going to be the breadwinner. Not all, yeah, there are some prison wives who live in their best life. Good for you, good for them. If you don't want that for yourself, it's also okay, yeah? Attracted to the healthy boys, the normal boys, yeah? Because these toxic boys, they're going to leave you a single mother, they're going to leave you broke, and they're going to like put things on your name on finance. I know girls who cannot bank with certain banks anymore because of the dusty boyfriend. I know girls who have to raise a kid alone. I don't see anything wrong with that. I know some mothers who are amazing single mothers. They're amazing, and their kids will grow up amazing because they are amazing. And also, I know single fathers who raise the kids and have full custody, and they're amazing, and their kids will grow up amazing, yeah? There's nothing wrong with being a single parent. Don't let people say, oh, once you have kids, no one's going to want you. Listen, I know people who've got kids and people want them. People want them. I have guy friends my age, they love the mamas. They love the mamas. They love you. They love you. They love a mature woman. They love a mum who's going to tell them what to do. Don't be scared to have your boundaries. Have your boundaries strong like this. Guys, I need to tell you something. This girl, we sat in the galley, Iman, sat in the galley, she goes, do you want a husband? I was like, yeah. Do you want to be married? Yeah. She said, she got a bit of paper. She got some paper from the facilities container, and she wrote husband, she circled it, and we did like a mind map. She said, write down everything you want in a man. And I was like, girl, we're going to be here forever. We're going to be here forever, because I feel like half the page. It's okay, fill it. So I did. And then she turned the paper around and said, now, write down the most important, and then also write down everything you are. So write down everything I am, and then the most important things of him. So I also like aligned like what I am, what he is. So I put kind, I'm also kind, generous, I'm also generous, like charitable, I'm also charitable, good with, like, you know. And she said, keep this list with you. Whenever you hear or see something you want, add to the list. So let's say you see someone who's good with children, you add to the list good with children. Let's say you see a man, he opens the door for his wife, right, get your paper and write like chivalry or gentleman or something like that. Or you see a man, you know, she said, don't write looks, you know, not like, oh, fit and tall and no, don't write 6 foot, 10 foot and, you know, John Cena, whatever. Qualities like generous, kind, provider mindset, religious, God-fearing, things like that. Also said at the bottom of everything you are to write like what you need to improve on. So the part where you write everything you are, like everything I am, also write the bad. So like overthinks for me, I put like manipulative, because I can be manipulative. I'm not going to lie. I can be like, sometimes when I want to get something my own way, I will go a certain way around it. Yeah, which it's not a bad thing, but sometimes I do things when I should just have a conversation about it, you know, or write what you want to improve. So if it's like communication, she's like, yeah, take a, I don't know, study psychology. And it's like, I already studied psychology, but she's like, why not? Why not go do a master's? I put cooking, because I always cook the same things. So I even put cooking, like make different things. And she said, for some people it takes 5 months, for some people it takes a year, 2 years. Basically, you need to work on what you need to improve on in yourself and your life. And you're ready and you meet the person, you know exactly what you want, and you know what does and doesn't align. If it doesn't align, wish you all the best in life. I'm here as a friend if you need anything. I always friend zone guys, by the way. Don't be scared to friend zone either. You know, when you friend zone a guy, don't think they'll care. When it comes to guys, yeah, they might be a bit like, the ego might be a bit bruised for 2 seconds. They'll forget about it within the next 4 seconds when they DM another girl. Don't worry. Yeah, friend zone these guys. It's actually not that deep. Don't be scared. I always think it's better to friend zone than to leave someone on. Honestly, I wish everyone was more straightforward and honest, you know? This is what I don't understand. Why why do always the bad guys want the good girls? And it's like, you could just have a bad girl. They don't want that. They want the good girl, and they want to lie and be the greatest showman. And it's like, why? There's actually people who will be on the same page as it. This is what I don't understand. But this is why I say to girls, stay celibate. Stay celibate if you're not already, you know, like for religious reasons, waiting till marriage, whatever. Because you can quickly filter out the trash. The guy really gonna buy a ring, put a ring on your finger, marry you just to get what he wants and then divorce you? No, let's be for real. Let's actually be for real. They will just go to the club and, you know, do whatever they want. I would hope anyway. A very detached person. I always disappear on people. I'm not going to lie. That's one thing I need to improve on, because I just cannot. Like, I really don't want to mess around and tolerate the nonsense. If you want to show me you're a hooligan, cool, bye. You'll never see me again in your life. Maybe I could just communicate and be like, look, why are you acting like a hooligan? Has something happened in your life? But in my head, I'm like, it's a lie. Because I honestly think if someone really likes you and really cares about you, they're going to communicate. Because I'm not the best. I wasn't the best communicator. But if I met my husband right now and he stood in front of me, I'm going to communicate and I will be like, look, I'm working today, ring you later. How hard is it? In a generation where everyone is on their phones all the time, 24/7, how hard is it to say, I'm busy today with work, I'll ring you tonight, I'll ring you tomorrow, or I'm going on holiday this week, I'm not going to be as active, Wi-Fi is bad, I will check in with you. It's actually not hard. If he's a heart surgeon, even if he's a plastic surgeon, he can message before the surgery and say, I've got a surgery today, I'm going to be 8 hours, I'll ring you when I finish, or I'm going to go to sleep, but have a nice day in advance. If someone really likes you, I do believe they will make the conscious effort to keep you in their life. This is why I very easily let people go, because I just think what is meant for me will never pass me. And if it does pass me and it's meant for me, then it will come back to me. I'm not going to sit here and fight for friendships, fight for things in life that's not meant for me. Because what I've realized about God, if you fight and fight and fight, he's going to show you why you shouldn't fight. He's going to show you why you shouldn't fight. I wanted some things so badly in my life, then I had them and I was like, actually I don't want this. And there's been things I thought I wanted in life and I've actually received better. This is just how God works, guys. This is why you really need to have faith, honestly, and be patient. Ask yourself, will this matter in a month's time? I always say this to girls, and I need to do another video on how to get over a breakup, but honestly, in a few months you will feel better and you realize, oh, that was just... And this is why I also tell people, write down your thoughts on a piece of paper. Like, some people find it cringe, but actually it's so good. Get a diary, get a journal and write. Put all of your thoughts onto paper. It's better to put all of those thoughts onto paper than to just build them up all inside. And sometimes you realize, oh, it's actually not that bad. Or actually, yeah, I need to change this, I need to change that. Honestly, guys, my diary, you'd laugh. Some of the things I've written in there, my goodness gracious me. And it's so funny to look back and see how far you've come. And I did it. I remember I wrote myself a future letter. My friend told me about this website. It's called futureme.com or something like that. And you can write yourself a letter to the future for like a year's time, 6 months time, 5 years time. Guys, I did it before I moved to Dubai. And I did it when I was sad about a situation. Wow, it's so crazy when you look back. I see how far you've come. It's actually amazing, and it just makes you so proud of yourself, and it makes you think, wow, I overcame that, I can overcome anything. And wow, look. And it's so funny when you look back, because you actually do laugh. When I tell people you will look back and laugh, it's so true, because you look back and it's like, why was I even bothered? Why did I even give that the time of day? It's because your 21-year-old self, of course you're going to think this is the end of the world, it's a big deal. Your 15-year-old self, of course you're going to think it's a big deal if your hamster died, whatever. Like, no offense, yeah, don't be offended, guys. Or your guinea pig, or your goldfish. And then you look back when you're an adult and it's like, oh, it's not that deep. So if your goldfish died or something and you're upset, it's okay. I'm not judging you, I'm not invalidating your feelings. It's okay, process the emotions, you'll be fine in a few months' time. You realize nothing is that deep. You're always going to get through it. Nothing's that deep. If you don't want to write on paper, have an outlet, you know, like therapy or horse riding, swimming, anything. Not possible to be both grateful and anxious at the same time. When anxiety arises, focus on finding things to be grateful for. So true. Whenever I used to find myself complaining, people think that I'm so positive, but I just think, like, how can you not be positive? There are people in the world who are starving, dying, who are literally living through war, who don't have parents anymore. How can I sit here in my beautiful apartment, roof over my head, food in my belly, cup of tea, painted DIY, being born with a European passport? I have a British passport. If you're born with a British passport, which I'm not saying British passport is the best, it's not. The best passport to have right now is, let's search. I think it was Japanese. By the way, if you don't know what best passport means, it means like easy access with no visa. Basically, you can go to any country easily, visa free. Oh, Singapore, it's changed. Now Singapore has the most powerful passport at the minute. Singapore has reclaimed the title, affording its citizens visa-free access to a whopping 195 travel destinations out of 227 worldwide. European countries, France, Germany, Italy and Spain dominate in second place. Wow, interesting. Alongside previous title holder Japan. Find yourself a Singaporean man. Get the passport. Joking, we don't do that. You having a Singaporean passport, for example, already puts you in a better position than so many people. I have a friend who he needs a visa to go to the toilet, basically. It's difficult for him to get a visa. He cannot, like, for example, me, I've got 5 days off now because I'll have my US visa interview. Obviously my passport will be taken, so I can't go anywhere. But if I wanted to go somewhere, let's say I could have my passport, I could just get on a flight tonight. I could book a flight on my phone now and go in a country practically anywhere. He cannot. So you're already blessed to be born and have the passport you have. That was not even your choice. You know, your soul, before your soul entered your body, your soul agreed to your life, by the way. There's a reason for that. Maybe there's a reason your soul chose to enter your body and watch your life like a movie and said yes. They watched your life like a movie and said yes, despite the hardships, despite the struggles, yeah? If you have food in your belly, you're already blessed than a lot of people in this world. There are people who don't have food in their belly. If you have family, you have parents, you're blessed. There's people in this world who do not have family and parents. Me and some girls was talking at work the other day because they have a list of baby names, and I was like, I need to do that. And they always add baby names to the list. Like, yeah, one of my best friends is Sophia. Love the name Sofiane. I love the name Sofiane. I have a Tunisian friend, his name is Sofiane. And sometimes he doesn't like it because people call him Sophie, but I love the name Somaya. Also, if I have, either my kids are going to be M's, like Mateo, Marisol, Maya. I'll probably call my kid Maya, but with a Y, not an I like mine. Tiago, love the name Tiago. Zahra, love the name Zahra. You know, if you have a certain name, there's people who will not even give you an interview. But there was actually a study done. People applied with different names, you know, different names from different regions of the world. And guess who got the most job interviews? I had to reconsider that, and I was like, I cannot call my kid some extravagant name unless I'm really ridiculously rich, or my husband's ridiculously rich to the point where it doesn't matter because they can just work within the family company. Because I don't want my child to be prevented from going into a country or stopped in security or not be able to have a job. Like, what is this? It's actually very naughty. People always say to me, Maya, that's not racist, that's not racist. But it's like, how is someone not getting a job because of their name not racist? How is someone not getting a job because of their skin colour not racist? Because of their religion? Of course, it is. I'm sorry, I don't care if it's passive aggressive or no, it has racial undertones, doesn't mean it's racist. Listen, for me, if it feels racist, it's racist. I don't care. I actually don't care. So annoying. It's like when people comment on my TikTok saying double barrel shotgun nose, African nose, transgender because I have a deep voice. It's, oh, it's a joke, it's a joke. No, you're blocked. You're actually blocked. So if there are nonnas and giddos and tatas and grandpas and abuelos and not racist, and they survived through World War II. Guys, my dad was alive during World War II. My dad was like all the aftermath of World War II. I remember he was talking about it. So if people that age are not racist from that generation who experience the segregation, like stereotypes, if they have some kind of, you know, boxes in their mind and categories, I'm not saying it's right, but I kind of can see the conditioning, and I can see the social conditioning from their environment, from when they lived in that time. Slavery wasn't that long ago. Slavery actually wasn't that long ago. There are people who are still racist, there's people who are still old-fashioned in their ways of their thinking. And it's like, I'm old-fashioned when it comes to chivalry, you know, manners, being polite. But when it comes to judging other people, I'm sorry, but you live in a generation where you cannot. And if you want to, then don't be surprised when Red Nose Day comes early for you. But don't be surprised when someone makes Red Nose Day come early for you, because, and you deserve it. If you're going to be racist and homophobic and opening your beak, be racist behind closed doors, by yourself, in your little hole. Someone commented on my video saying I thought it was homophobic, and it's like, me! If you've seen some of my, guys, you ain't seen the people I'm friends with, clearly. I'm friends with everyone. I'm friends with every race, every religion, every ethnicity. You guys, I don't want this to go on for too long and forever. My maths teacher used to say this to me: if you care about what people think, you will be forever trapped their prisoner. And it's so true. Let go of the shackles of the social norms. Let go of the shackles of what people think. I promise you, no one cares as much as you think they do. I remember one girl on TikTok, all her dares, like do these dares, people would comment on her TikTok, and she would like go to the cinema in her pajamas, and she would do things, and no one cares. And if they do, okay, bye. Bye.
Baby girl, there are men that want you, and then there are men that deserve you. Not everybody deserves to be in your life.
Last one.
She didn't even offer. You said, please split the bill with me.
No, I asked Colette, I said, do you want to split the bill? And she said, okay.
Am I crazy here?
She said, okay.
So she just agreed to be nice.
Yeah.
You should always treat the girl, if you're a guy, and pay for the full day.
What were you thinking?
Absolutely.
I don't see what the big deal is here. She works a great job. She has money. It doesn't matter if her dad's a billionaire.
The matter of
and she's the prince of Italy. You pay the whole bill if it's a girl.
Well, I didn't. And you work a great job, too, so what are you talking
She's
about?
gonna go, he made me drive all the way to the restaurant, and he made me split the bill. No. And then she's gonna be like, and then her friends are gonna be like, oh, I think he's cute. Should I go out with him? And she'll be like, he drive all the way to the restaurant, and he made me split the bill. No. And then she's gonna be like, and then her friends are gonna be like, oh, I think he's cute. Should I go out with him? And she'll be like, oh no, he's a bill splitter.
Yeah,
he's
have fun.
Do you want to be known as a bill splitter?
I don't want my daughter date a bill splitter.
I won't let my daughter date a bill splitter either.
Yeah.
Okay, on that note, guys, I'm going to end this video here. Whoever these boys are, please be in my friendship group, because I really wish men thought like this nowadays. When I was younger, men used to think like this and men used to speak like this. I remember when I was in school and boys used to say, yeah, I want to work and I want to earn enough money so that my wife doesn't have to work. She doesn't want to. Now, what is this sassy man apocalypse we're living in? What is this dusty man epidemic we're living in? Like, it's actually scary. It's actually scary. It's because of the red pill movement. It's because of this whole incel movement. It's actually very scary, and it's such a shame. Honestly, it's such a shame. But it goes to show there are good people in the world. There are good men who are old-fashioned thinking. You just have to not entertain the dust. I love you all so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely, amazing day. Now it's actually 2:02 a.m. in Dubai. Bye. Ciao.